Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis and Arundel County and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It is Friday, July 31st, 2026. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief presented by Annapolis Subaru, Covington, Alsina, and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. I am finding it so hard to believe that summer is really starting to come to a close and that July is now in the rearview mirror. Crazy how time flies. Anyhow, are you ready for some boomer trivia? And this one's kind of fun. Uno, that card game, was invented by a Cincinnati barber, I didn't realize that, to resolve an argument over the rules of what similar game of cards? Was it Crazy Eights, Gin Rummy, Pinochle, or Bridge? You want to hang tight? We're going to let you know that answer in a few, but right now we have a bunch of news, so shall we? The Anne Arundel County Police arrested a suspect after a parking lot dispute in Hanover escalated into a stabbing on Wednesday night. Officers responded to the 7600 block of Dorchester Boulevard at about 8:35 p.m. and found a 48-year-old man with a stab wound to his torso. Police said two men had been arguing over the parking before one stabbed the other. The victim was taken to a hospital with injuries that were not considered life-threatening. The suspect was arrested at the scene and charged accordingly. This was a surprising announcement, but Dr. Jana Davis will retire as president of the Chesapeake Bay Trust in mid-September after more than 20 years leading the environmental grant-making organization. During her tenure, annual grant awards increased from $2.4 million in 2005 to $39.8 million last year, supporting conservation, education, restoration, and research across the Chesapeake Bay region. Davis will remain with the trust part-time as a senior science policy advisor and help with the transition to incoming president Casey Wetzel, who has worked there for 18 years herself. Davis also helped establish the organization's endowment to support its mission for generations to come. A retirement celebration is scheduled for September 10th at the trust's headquarters in Eastport. And to Jana Davis, a job well done. Someone who bought a Powerball ticket at the Royal Farms on Annapolis Road in Odenton is now $1 million richer. The ticket matched all 5 white balls in the Wednesday night's drawing, but missed the Powerball, narrowly avoiding the crushing burden of managing $663 million. The winner has 182 days from the July 29th drawing to claim that prize. No ticket matched all 6 numbers, so the jackpot grows to an estimated $707 million for tomorrow's drawing. Think I might buy a ticket. Lottery officials said that the Odenton prize is Maryland's largest Powerball win during the current jackpot run. And in a commentary published yesterday, the Ward 1 Residents Association is questioning whether Annapolis officials provided enough financial justification before approving higher downtown parking rates. The group said that it is not necessarily opposed to an increase, but wants public data showing that the operating and maintenance costs have risen as city officials have claimed. The association also wants details about how the additional revenue will improve parking services. The association, also known as WARA, praised Alderwoman Karma O'Neill for seeking more information before the vote and said that decisions affecting historic district residents should be supported by clear evidence, communication, and accountability. In short, the association says the issue is less about the price of parking and more about showing the receipts. I have to say that WARA has been like a hibernating bear for the past 8 years for some reason, and all of a sudden they are waking up again. For those who are new here, WARA was a very powerful voice in the town. They were opposed to the development of the old Faucets building, now the Chop Tank, and then Mayor Josh Cohen supported it. So they came up with a candidate to challenge him in the primary. Cohen ended up winning that primary, but it did shift enough votes away from Cohen and to Pantelides to hand the mayor a loss in the general election. Today on Canines and Crosstreks, we meet Brooklyn and Peanut. The names don't roll off the tongue real well, but they are an adorable bonded pair of Frenchies. You want to listen to our spot now and then check out eyeonannapolis.net at noon for some irresistible photos and get all of the information on how you can bring them home. And don't forget that we have our daily newsletter that features only the top local news stories of the day. We do send it out to your inbox at 7 p.m. every night. That is 365 days a year, all without a paywall. It's perfect for keeping up with the weekend's news since we don't release a DNB on Saturday or Sunday. I've got a link right here in the show notes, and please feel free to share it with your friends. All right, that's it. Now it is time just to say thank you for listening and putting up with us every day. I do hope that we add some value to your world, and if we do, please leave a review somewhere or tell a friend to give us a listen. We'd also like to thank our sponsors, Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Hospice of the Chesapeake, Covington Alsina, Third Eye Comics, and Mac Medics. As for your boomer trivia, Crazy Eights is the game, and like Uno, it is a shedding game, and the object is to get rid of all your cards. Well, it is Friday. The weekend is here. Now it is time just to say have a great weekend. Be nice to others. Do something fun and keep shopping local. Now you need to hang tight. We have George Young and your Eye on Annapolis local weather coming up, and then Canines and Crosstreks. All that's coming your way in just a minute.
Third Eye Comics, the DMV's favorite nerd store featuring comics, anime, toys, games, graphic novels, records, and so much more. Visit the famous Third Eye Superstore in Annapolis, Maryland, only 5 minutes from Annapolis Mall, or one of our great locations in Lexington Park, College Park, Waldorf, or Richmond, Virginia. You can also shop online at thirdeyecomics.com.
Next up, we're diving into today's Eye on Annapolis weather forecast. From sunny skies over the bay to storm warnings that could impact your plans, we've got the details to keep you ahead of the curve. Stay tuned. It's all coming your way in just a moment.
Hey everyone, this is George Young with your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief Weather Forecast for Friday, July 31st. Mostly sunny and slightly hot today and tomorrow across the Annapolis region with highs in the upper 80s to lower 90s each day before skies become unsettled with a fairly good chance for some showers and storms both Sunday and Monday with highs each day in the mid to upper 80s with upper 80s to lower 90s expected Tuesday through Friday of next week with a small chance for a shower or storm on a daily basis as we move through the first week of August 2026. Okay, that's it for today and this week. This is George Young for Eye on Annapolis Weather. Make it a great day and weekend out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to visit eyeonannapolis.net/weather for the latest conditions and forecast information for the Annapolis region so you can always stay weather informed.
Have you ever thought, I think I'm okay, but you just want to know for sure? Covington Alsina is right here in Annapolis, helping women put a clear plan around their money, their goals, and their life. For over a decade, they've helped women turn uncertainty into clarity with practical guidance built around real life. Whether you're making a career move, planning for retirement, managing investments, or sorting through tax and estate planning, Covington Alsina helps you get organized and move forward with confidence. And if you'd like to learn before you leave, Covington Alsina hosts monthly educational events, virtual and in person. Learn more at covingtonalsina.com and click events or call the Annapolis office at 410-457-7165. covingtonalsina.com, at the intersection of women and wealth. Advisory services offered through Covington Alsina, a registered investment advisor. Investing involves the risk of loss and unless otherwise stated is not guaranteed.
That can only mean one thing. We're headed to the SPCA of Anne Arundel County with Annapolis Subaru to play with the pups for this week's Canines and Crosstreks. Sponsored by Annapolis Subaru. Higher standards.
Well, last week for Canines and Crosstreks, we were Kellyless, and this week we're Billyless.
I know. It's summertime.
Now, let's set the record straight. Were you just tired of us and said, I've had enough of these two guys?
Those two, and I'm not going. Yeah, I just look at them. But we have these really happy girls here. Look at them.
Oh my gosh,
They're happy we're here.
We walked into the room here at the SPCA, and these two Frenchies just went like absolutely ape, looking for attention. And now they've calmed down.
And now they're just sitting there. Well, one of them's listening. One is hanging out.
Hanging out. Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, tell me about these two Frenchies, right?
Yes, these are Frenchies, and they're so Peanut and Brooklyn. So Brooklyn is the white and tan, Peanut is the black one, and they are bonded, as you can see. a little bit about each one is that Brooklyn is actually deaf and blind.
Oh, okay. So does Peanut take care of her?
Peanut is her guide dog, and she is amazing. And she's very reliant on Peanut to get around and navigate, and especially when it's like unfamiliar environments or something. But they're both really happy dogs. They just love meeting new people. Peanut now is a little bit protective of her sister, especially around new people. And will often kind of like herd her.
And I never would have guessed that Brooklyn was blind and
I know.
deaf.
She's a happy girl, and she's very confident, and she's always confident because look who's right next to her, right? So when they first arrived, though, they had never walked on a leash or anything when they first arrived here at the shelter. But now that they've been here for a couple of months, they're doing a great job. They, we kind of do the split lead, so that way they're very close by, and she knows that she's right next to her. But they are really comfortable and off leash in the yard. And which is why we were hoping that we could find a home that has a fence, because she's comfortable and they kind of hang out together and they play in the yard. And, it might help too if the owner does have some experience with a blind dog. We're happy to help and share what we think would be best and how to train them and things. But, Brooklyn is like on call. I mean, Peanut's on call the whole time, as you can see. It's they always sit next to each other where they're actually touching.
I think that's probably a coping mechanism. It's like, hey, I'm here. I got you. You actually feel somebody sitting right next to you.
Yeah. We don't know how they do with cats, but most likely, if we're not sure, it's easier just for them to be the only dogs. That way they get all the attention that they need.
They are loving. They are they're not shy around new people. They want to jump in and like, friendly. Oh, hey, who are you? What are you? Are you cool?
And they get a lot of attention here, as you can tell. So people come in and sit with them a lot. And you saw that they calmed down pretty quickly. They're very excited and happy. And now they're pretty content. We're just hanging.
It's funny. Billy's not here, so we can talk about him. But
yeah, let's do that.
But we can talk about Subaru. And it was funny. I was reading an article that said that they're the only, we'll say, car manufacturer that did not pull back on EVs. Because they found that EV sales in the second quarter overall were like 11% of all cars sold. But before that tax break, that $7,500 that the feds were given, they were like 33% of all cars sold. Okay. So a lot of people just really pulled back. But Subaru stayed the course and kept the EVs going. They introduced those 2 new models.
Oh,
and
yeah.
My guess is that because Subaru is an affordable car in the realm of car affordability.
Absolutely.
I mean, they say that the average car is something approaching $50,000 now or something, which is nuts.
Subaru is very affordable.
But I mean, they've got a great attractive price point on those, on the new EVs, as well as the EVs that have been around for a while and all their gas cars. So, I mean,
it's great.
And I'm loving mine.
Oh, I know. Okay. So tell me all about it. What's your favorite?
I'm still learning a little bit of the tech and stuff like that.
You like the screen and all that?
Yeah,
stuff. Isn't that fabulous?
I'm getting used to it. I'm very surprised at the headroom, to be honest with you.
In a good way.
Yeah,
that's great. Well, you're used to Teresa's Crosstrek, which has a little less headroom.
Yeah. But just in general, and in my old car, it had, a little bit more headroom, but I was surprised that and I was reading something on Reddit where some guy that was like 6'7" said he fits in one of these, and he says he's also surprised with it. It's very roomy. It's, it doesn't have a huge payload for, I'm not going to go load up the back with 19 dogs or something like that. But it's got plenty for what I need and everything else. And I mean, the mileage is, I haven't done a tank of gas yet, but the mileage seems really good and loving it.
Beautiful color.
Hey, I do need to ask you though, what is going on with Paws at the Mall? What's the update there?
Okay, so Paws at the Mall, we are probably 75% ready. We need to move the kitties over because we did keep the smalls there all this time, but we obviously brought the cats back to the shelter while we were redoing some things. So we are probably just about less than a week away.
Okay. And where is the new location?
Okay, so we're diagonal to where the Tesla dealership will be.
Okay.
And that's kind of where we used to be, which is down where Pottery Barn. Okay. Tesla's going to the old Pottery Barn store.
So you're on the back side of the mall, little bit closer to the new World of Sport.
And we're next to, exactly. And we are next to Slime, across from the kids area, and also next to the new bookstore, which is fabulous. It's a great area. And also the dance studio is right there.
Okay.
So it's kind of in Fellows, a couple doors down. So it's kind of neat because a lot of the community, all the community places are all in one spot, which is nice. So you can kind of come and
like
do
the little community corner of the mall.
It is the community corner, which we are super happy with.
I like that.
Yeah.
Last week, Billy and I were talking about, we were all so happy.
Talking about me because I wasn't here.
Well, no, we were talking about, we saw on Facebook that Kylo JC, who'd been there forever,
Yes.
got adopted. I mean, and we were trying to remember what it was, but he was there for like, did I remember 7 years?
7 years Kylo Jace was here, and the perfect person came, and it was just totally, and we did a cake and everything, and we did a farewell party and all that fun stuff. And on the cake, I put worth the wait. And it was so worth the wait because Melissa, the adopter, is absolutely in love with this dog, and Kylo's in love with her. I mean, it's a match made in heaven, and it was a great day, especially for the volunteers and staff that have been keeping, Kylo happy and socialized for 7 years. And that dog, let me tell you, had so much attention. It's crazy. So some people are like, 7 years. Oh my gosh, he was a very
he had a good
happy,
7 years.
Loved dog. Yes, absolutely.
Well, I know that we never talked to him on Canines and Crosstreks, but we did briefly go by him when we did all the big dogs in the back.
Yes, that's
and,
right.
I mean, and he's a big
Fluffy.
Irish. He was a big Irish wolfhound kind of a. I mean, he's
the little Grinch paws and everything.
So I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah,
and I mean that really is a great story in that there is a family for every animal that's in here.
Yeah.
Sometimes, unfortunately, it takes a little bit longer.
It does.
Sometimes it's a little bit quicker.
But he kenneled well, which is nice. And he kind of just got into his routine, and he was a happy guy. And, it's great.
I also saw a thing on Apple News this morning. They were talking about the most affectionate dog breeds. And they ranked them 1 through 11 for some reason.
Let me guess. Golden Retriever.
Boom. Number 1.
All right.
Who's number 2?
I don't know.
I'll roll right down.
Yeah, let's roll because we can do this
because we could be here forever.
Yes.
Number 2 is Corgi.
Oh,
and I don't know them that well enough to know that they are.
And we still have a Corgi here in case anybody's looking for a Corgi.
There you go. Well, do you have any Cavalier King Charles Spaniels?
We don't right now. But
okay, well, they're number 3.
Okay. Yes, I know. I see they're out and about as family dogs.
If I were going to tell you number 4 was a huge surprise, what would you say?
I don't know.
Pitbull.
I was going to say Pitbull, but I thought there's no way.
They're like, the most affectionate dogs. Which again, I was like, whoa.
Which is amazing, and I say no way. But the reason why I thought that is because we encounter much different than what people say about pets here. And as we've talked about so many times, it's environment based. It's not breed based. And I know so many of my friends that have pits with kids and babies, and they're not overly protective. They're just best friends, and they're just loving.
Yeah. Follow up number 5, we got the Cocker Spaniel. Number 6 is the Pekingese. Number 7 is the Newfies, as long as they don't sit on you and kill you. Number 8 was also a surprise. You want to give it a shot on that one?
No.
Chihuahua.
Yay! Why do you make that face?
I'm like, what the heck?
I know they have a bad rap. But
well, the 2 surprises
rightfully so for some.
The 2 surprises have bad raps. 9 was a Shih Tzu. 10 was a Greyhound, which I thought was unusual because they just seem very just skittish and
yeah, they're pretty docile.
And 11 was a Pug.
How about that?
Which is
what happened to them?
Kind of these guys now.
Brooklyn and Peanut did not make the top 10.
The Frenchies did not make the top 11.
That is not fair because clearly they're lovable.
They're probably. And to update on the news, do you remember that Belgian Malinois that was shot down in South County about a year ago? Maisie.
Yes.
The gentleman, if you will, that shot him was just sentenced, and they dropped some of the charges from felony to misdemeanor, but he was sentenced to 2 years supervised probation. He has to go to some sort of a specialized gun course. They're going to rule later on whether he needs to pay a $2,000 restitution to the family. One hand, it's nice that our legal system is willing to go to bat for this.
Oh my gosh, especially because, so many times the animal things, we're always put on the back burner. Oh, who cares? What's the matter? It's only a dog or a cat. Well, that does make me feel good that there's definitely.
Right. Right. Well, we are here now on July 31st. That means the puppy plunge is 24 days away. Are you ready for it?
We are ready. We are so excited. We have some great food trucks coming, and we have the alcohol truck coming, which everybody is going to be thrilled. And we're just praying for the good weather.
The good weather will come. I'll bring that. I'll make sure
that
we
you take care of that part. We'll take care of the rest.
But that's will be great. It's at Camp Let's on August 23rd. Gets underway at about 11 a.m.?
11 o'clock. Yep. It's going to be 11 to 2.
And, bring your animal down. There's a small admission fee to get in there. You can pack a bunch of people in a car and go.
That's right. It's per car, everybody.
And, bring the animals because you've got this protected beach. It's protected from being able to run away.
That's right. And we have a team out there. We have our volunteers out there in case your dogs get a little overzealous and they just keep swimming.
So it's a lot of fun. And they do separate the beaches from Petite Beach and Muscle Beach.
That's
so
right.
You've got the large dogs and the small dogs, even though the small dogs want to go with the large dogs.
They do. They're like, why can't we go over there?
That's a much funner beach.
Yeah.
But it is a lot of fun, even for people that don't have animals, just to watch the animals and to support the SPCA, because there are plenty of different vendors that you've got there that will be selling all sorts of animal.
Yeah, it's fun. It's
animal
going to be a
stuff
lot.
and everything else.
It's really one of our favorite events because it's just so casual, laid back. The dogs have a blast. Like the dogs come to some of our other events, but clearly this is the most fun for them.
Throw it out there again because it is an election year for Governor Moore, man. This is a great time to bring Baltimore down there and swim
right.
and, hobnob with the dog owners.
Yes. And
they all vote.
And that dog is a cutie. Oh.
he really is, but he's not quite as cute. No offense to Governor Moore and his wife. Not quite as cute as these two.
Oh, they're zonked.
Now
they're taking their afternoon nap here, as you can see.
It's like a union break.
Yeah, that's it. We're done.
You've got Brooklyn, who is blind and deaf, but she comes complete with a seeing eye dog.
That's right. She's going to take care of everything.
Beautiful white and tan Frenchie. You said about 2 years old?
Yeah, they're both 2.
Okay. And Peanut is the all black one. He's got a little bit of white markings on his chest or her chest and everything else. Has her eyes, has her ears, and really takes care of her sister. So it's really very cool to sit there and watch.
Super bonded.
It is a bonded pair. I think, asking for somebody that's got experience with a blind and deaf dog is kind of a big ask. So we ask for people with patience.
That's right.
And a fence.
And just taking time to let her get to know the environment, let them both get to know the environment and letting them, just be happy and safe.
I don't think happy is the issue.
No, it's not, but we want to be happier.
Right. I mean, these guys are just love bugs. They're going to be jumping all over there. If you've got,
they will
I imagine that they will be fine with kids.
Yeah, we have 8+ just because that way, at 8 years, they understand the dog being deaf and blind.
Yeah. And I also think that, if you get somebody that's much younger than that, with their excitement, you may get them like knocking over little toddlers and stuff like that. But they are, they would be just a perfect family pair. Next week, we will be back with Billy. He is up at Lake Placid at a lacrosse tournament, I believe.
Hopefully he's doing well.
That are getting beat to hell.
That's right. Hopefully he's not going to come back with little bruises and stuff. Remember, we've seen him return with them.
That's true. If you need to get in touch with Annapolis Subaru without Billy, you can go to AnnapolisSubaru.com or 149 Old Solomon's Island Road. They do have a whole bunch of cars there. I was just drove past there not too long ago. They're ready to help you out. I mean, the EVs have held actually pretty much all their cars have held the prices from 2006 into the 2007 year. So it's a good time to buy them. You've got the Forester, which has the
love it.
hybrid.
And I have hybrid. I have the hybrid touring, and I absolutely
I've got the gas powered Forester. They didn't have the hybrid that I wanted in stock at the time because they go pretty quickly, and as do the EVs. But they've got the new EVs that are out there as well. If you need to get 2 puppies into your home, perhaps they are little Frenchies named Brooklyn and Peanut. They are available for adoption right now. You can get them at the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, aacspca.org. Come on down and give them a visit. Are they accepting guests for visits?
There aren't because they're here in the intake building, but obviously we're accepting applications.
Okay.
And then they can come and visit.
And then, so put the application in there. But these guys are great. And apparently they have no problem settling down.
Yeah, they don't. They're just, I think they forgot we're here.
For the last time, for a while when we first started, they sat there both side by side, paws in front of them, looking at us like, what are you doing? And then they sat down a little bit. And now they just, looks like somebody came and just pushed them over onto their side. It's like couch sitting.
Totally.
It's just like, boom, nap time. Brooklyn and Peanut need to go home. So let's find them a home. Hopefully they'll be history by the time Billy comes back. You are looking for sponsors at the puppy plunge as well?
Yeah, we've had a lot of people step up, which is fabulous. We didn't have our Walk for the Animals, so it's great because some of the usual Walk for the Animals sponsors are coming and sponsoring the plunge. So it's
great. If you do have any more sponsorships left?
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So again, the puppy plunge is a real quick, easy, very well exposed event. So it's not a huge lift for
Lots
most
of fun.
businesses. So
Mm-hmm.
Again, all that can be done at spca.org. And
We'll see
thank
you
you,
guys
Brooklyn
next
and
week.
Peanut, for
That's
coming in.
right.
And
Thank you for hosting us.
There are more than 500 pets in the care of the SPCA of Anne Arundel County that need good homes, and they have so much to offer the rest of us. At Annapolis Subaru, we are committed to helping the SPCA see that these animals stay safe and healthy. All year long, Annapolis Subaru partners with the SPCA to host pet adoption events, sponsor vaccination clinics, and community events. We feature pets on our weekly Canines and Crosstreks podcast. Our associates and our Subaru customers show up in packs at the Walk for the Animals and Lights on the Bay events. You can help our SPCA find loving homes for these pets. Volunteer, donate, foster, read a book, scratch some ears, or rub some bellies. Show up for the pets in the care of the SPCA of Anne Arundel County.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.